Attack on Titan is a modern masterpiece that has been analyzed, dissected, and discussed endlessly, with countless videos breaking down its hidden details and Easter eggs. But even with all that coverage, there are still some incredibly subtle details that often go unnoticed. So which are they? Join me and let's dive deeper to uncover the nuances and carefully woven elements you may have missed. Whether you're a longtime fan or just starting to explore the series, these insights are sure to enhance your appreciation for this masterpiece. So sit back, relax, because we're about to raise the bar on what it means to truly understand Attack on Titan. We know that Connie has constantly referred to Sasha as his other half, but did you know that our Hanji also has someone she considered her other half? Of course, most people believe it's Levi, but what if I told you that there was someone else before him? You see, before Levi joined the Scouts, there was Moblit, who stood by her side all the time looking out for her. And in Season 3, it was Moblit, who saved her from the blast by sacrificing himself. And in the end, he didn't call Hanji Section Commander, instead, he called out to her by her name, while Hanji, who survived because of him, loses an eye, symbolizing how Hanji too lost her other half. And you can see that it was Moblit who helped Hanji up in the afterlife as well. In Season 3 of Attack on Titan, we are shown this image of Emir Fritz making a deal with the devil of all things, a haunting image symbolizing the origin of Titan power. This moment foreshadows a key scene in Season 4, where Eren takes the devil's place in the Paths. This parallel shows that Eren has become the devil of Paradise, embodying the destructive force the world fears. We know the infamous scene in the finale of Season 3 where Eren kissed Historia's hand and he witnesses the future. But just before that, the medal Historia gives Eren foreshadowed his eventual Doomsday Titan form. But this wasn't the only time Eren's founder's appearance was foreshadowed. You see, in Season 4, after the raid in Liberio, we can see that the Scouts tied Eren up, which looks exactly like his founding Titan. This is simply brilliant foreshadowing from Isayama, which most fans missed. But now you know what to look for in your next rewatch of Attack on Titan. The first time we see Eren in the series, he is lying under what is often referred to as the Tree of Life. This tree is a recurring symbol throughout the series. It appears in pivotal moments, during Ymir's backstory, Eren's introduction, his death, and even within the realm of the Paths. However, one of the most compelling instances occurs in Season 4. After Eren infiltrates Marley, there's a scene where he speaks with Falco. In the background to the left, we see a withered, dried up tree. This imagery is deeply symbolic. The once vibrant Tree of Life now appears lifeless, reflecting Eren's state of mind. It signifies his loss of hope in humanity and his complete descent into darkness. This next detail is one of my favorite details in the entire show. In Season 4, Episode 2, when Reiner tells his family about his time in Paradise Island, you can see that he is trying to reinforce the idea that the people of Paradise are truly heinous devils, just like what Marley taught him. But despite how hard he tried, his consciousness didn't allow him to do so, because he knows what they were actually like. You can see it in his demeanor and hear it in his tone that he's trying to reinforce the Marleyan propaganda, but his experience with them tells a different story. And here are the best details that I've found. If you pay attention to the setting, you can see that the room they're sitting in is dimly lit. This symbolically represents the ignorance of Eldians living in Marley, and right as Reiner finishes his monologue, the window smashes open in the storm. This suggests that Reiner is showing them a glimpse of what the Island Devils truly are, and that they're just regular people like them. But what happens next is not shocking, because right after, his mom gets up and closes that window, symbolizing the close-mindedness of the Eldians in Marley. One of the most overlooked detail in the series is the Grice family being betrayed by the Jaegers. The original alliance of the Jaegers and Grices started way back with the Eldian Restorationist movement led by Grisha. But after Grisha's son Zeke betrayed him, everything changed. And this trend of betrayal continued far ahead into the future, starting with Eren betraying Falco. Eren, during his time in Marley as a spy, befriended Falco for the sole reason to manipulate him and to get his letters across to Paradise. But what's more heartbreaking is that Eren, in that basement, was ready to kill Falco even if it came to that. And another time this happened was with Zeke again. In the episode titled Two Brothers, right before turning everyone into Titans, both Colt and his younger brother Falco confronted Zeke. Now obviously Zeke, Colt, and Falco are shown to be close, as Colt was originally the successor to Zeke's Beast Titan, but Zeke still betrays Colt, killing him in the process and transforming Falco into a pure Titan. In Season 2, Episode 8, right before the scouts announced their mission to retrieve Eren after he was kidnapped by Reiner and Bertold, Connie says this.
Why did Bertold and Reiner do what they did? I want to ask while I look them dead in the eye.
But Connie did eventually get his answer, but he didn't have to hear it from Reiner himself, because the journey he went through gave him the answer he was looking for, and here's Connie pouring his heart out to Reiner a whole season later in the flying boat.
They died cursing my name, calling me a traitor, while I told myself I was saving the world. Was it the same for your team? You, Bertolt and Annie.
And here are some amazing symbolisms that were included in that scene, which I found only on my 4th rewatch. Notice how almost everyone is wearing white? This is because the color white symbolizes purity, and the scouts are fighting to save the entire humanity, and there is no nobler cause than that. You can also see that Connie is wearing green. This symbolizes how Connie is the only member in the Alliance that had received closure from Reiner. But notice how Reiner is wearing gray? The color gray symbolically represents moral ambiguity. This is done to reflect Reiner's morally gray state. And here is one more beautiful piece of symbolism from that very scene. Notice how every one of the scouts is sitting down and it is only Reiner who is standing up. You can also see that there is only one window illuminating the inside of the flying boat, and you can see that the light is shining directly upon Reiner. This symbolizes Reiner being the beacon of hope for humanity, as he was arguably the most important and hardworking member of the Alliance. Reiner was pushed to his absolute limits both physically and mentally, as he was forced to transform 3 times, giving it his all, and still somehow managed to pull through the mental torture of being nearly killed by his former friends and allies, and even seeing his close friends and family being turned into titans. This was the moment in the entire series where Reiner truly became the Armored Titan. Was Eren's first Titan transformation a plot hole? AOT clearly states that a Titan shifter has to have an open wound of any sorts to transform to their Titan form, but it also states that they cannot transform into a Titan when a part of their body is mutilated, as it will be busy healing itself, halting the transformation. But if that's the case, how was Eren able to transform in Season 1 after missing an arm and a leg? That is because this rule only applies to the first transformation. Even if a part of their body is sliced off, the shifter can assume their Titan form as long as it is their first. Their body stops the process of transformation only after the first time. That is how Eren was able to turn into a Titan even after missing an arm and a leg. This is also why Eren wasn't able to transform in the forest despite how hard he chewed at his nubs. Ymir knew this, and that's why she didn't even bother. You can also see this happen again in Season 4 where Porco bit off Eren's leg, but Eren still managed to transform. Here's a really subtle detail about Eren and Mikasa's relationship that you may have overlooked. We know that Mikasa's Ackerman abilities were first realized in the cabin, and the first person she saved after unlocking her abilities was Eren. And the same can be said for Eren as well, as the first person he saved after turning into a Titan was Mikasa. And that's a wrap, folks. We've just explored some of the best details about Attack on Titan that literally only 1% of fans noticed. I hope you enjoyed this deep dive and discovered something new about this incredible series. If you did, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit that subscribe button for more hidden details and breakdowns. Let me know in the comments which detail surprised you the most. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.